Hey. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Good afternoon. Just waiting for people to join. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Friday to you all. Welcome to MFCA's workshop today. Just going to give a couple of minutes for everyone to join. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Hope your
So-
Friday's going well, and I hope you've not been affected by the storms out there.
We were not. We got lucky.
Oh, very good. Very good. We lost power a few times, but we were one of the lucky ones where it was restored fairly soon.
Good. Good.
But I do know that many people in Detroit and all over Michigan really suffered a loss of the power. So,
hmm
yeah.
Seems like there's quite a bit of damage too, with some downed trees.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have a lot of trees in our neighborhood, and I know that whenever a tree goes down, the whole street is out. And the last, yeah, so we were lucky this time.
Good.
Yeah, yes. Good to have you all here with us on this Friday. And I had a number of people tell me, oh no, I don't have power. I don't have internet today. So a number of people are without data and unable to get plugged in. So
Sure. Oh,
it takes a while sometimes to get the power restored. I know from the last experience we had, it took us 6 days in that ice storm that we had.
oh,
That
wow.
was rough.
Yeah. It was 6 days we were out, and I remember thinking, and even the hotels were full.
Sure. Oh my.
Right. Yeah.
That would be scary.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
And the food that you lose in your refrigerator.
And that did happen.
Yes.
Yeah, that certainly did happen. Yep. So yeah, so we are happy to be able to, offer some offer presentation today on back to school tips. I'm excited to share that with you. And for those that can't be here with us today, I'll share that presentation with you by email as well. Are you getting, you all receive my messages, correct? So I will share the presentation after as well.
Yes.
Yeah, great, good. I'm just going to admit some people here. They're starting to join. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy to have you all here. We will just give it a little bit more time to have everyone here that was trying to sign in, and we will begin after that. Hope you're all doing well today on this cloudy, kind of gray day here on this end anyway.
You're in the Bethany office?
I am in okay, so I'm in Rochester Hills. Anyone know where that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at this end here. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
do know where the Bethany offices are, and I'm hearing everyone say it's kind of a gray day today and expecting more storms in many other places. So yeah.
The weekend is supposed to be nice though, so we'll take that.
You are so right. I did look ahead at the weather forecast, and I saw that we're expecting some good weather, and I hope that continues for us because we know Michigan and we know we get an early, it looks like we're getting an early fall possibly. I heard from the Farmer's Almanac. Let's see if their predictions are right. Yeah, right. But it's possible. We'll just give it another minute and we'll start. Go ahead. Be nice. Conversation. All right. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start in a minute and then others can join in and I can admit them as they sign in today. That's great. Now I'll share the presentation. There we are.
There you go.
Yep. All right, so now I can see the participants. Maybe we'll start pretty soon. Okay, so we thought today would be a great idea on this month's workshop, since school is about to start for many, and some have already started school, to do a back to school tips presentation in supporting the youth and your children, your foster youth that are with you. It is so important to get them ready for school, especially as they're a stranger to the American classroom. So with some of these tips, I hope that you'll be able to help them ease into the transition of our education system here, and that it will become easier for you and them to be able to prepare them for some of the things that they're going to be, handling in the classroom. So welcome to this workshop. I'm happy that you're all here with us today, and we will get started. So understanding the American education system, I realized from seeing some of the foster youth, and you yourself probably have that in your home, can be different. The system here with our elementary, middle, high school, college, and university is very different overseas for many of these youth. They're not even aware of how the structure of the American education system is. So I would start off with telling them this is how it is. We have an elementary school that starts with, depending what grade they're entering, of course, it's still good for them to be aware of the grade structure, because some of them are coming from no school structure or one-room classrooms that we all, hear about or know about, or even been through ourselves. So a lot of them are not aware that, hey, there is elementary school. You go there from kindergarten to probably 5th grade or 6th grade. Then you transition to middle school and high school and college and university. So for them to be aware of that can be very important. And it will allow them to be able to realize, hey, after this grade, I now go on to the next grade, and I'm here in this school building until this particular time. So it will make the transition easier for them. The second thing I have here is highlighting the importance of regular attendance and participation in the classroom. Having a chat with them, allowing them to realize that it's really a hurdle for them. I understand from many of speaking to many of the foster parents that just sending them to school can be a chore. Telling them, walking into a classroom can be difficult for them, and allowing them maybe some time to realize that this is a real importance can make a big difference in showing them that waking up in the morning does not have to be something difficult. Going to the classroom and going to your school is not something difficult. So highlighting the importance of regular attendance and having a talk with them beforehand will make a huge difference. I'm not sure if you're finding that yourselves, but as I present, I do want you to either raise your hand or just speak up and let me know how you're dealing with some of these issues as they come into your lives when trying to send your child to school. All right, just gonna go back. There we go. So basically what I said here, cultural adjustment is extremely important for the youth entering into the American education system, adapting to a new foreign culture, the culture shock of arriving here, the barriers of language, and seeing everything that's very new to them, very foreign to them, can be daunting. And emphasizing the importance and having patience with them each step of the way is something that will help them. Being patient with them can also require patience for yourself as well, which is difficult. So as they adapt to the challenges of a new culture, you are also helping them each step of the way and allowing them to take their time with what they're getting acclimated to. And encouraging, of course, open communication between yourself and your child, and encouraging them to share their experiences and their concerns with you can also make it easier. A lot of them will clam up, won't share what they're going through. Many of them will remain silent about this. After speaking to some of them, I've had to coax them out of sharing their experiences with me. And I'm sure many of you are going through the same thing as well. Let me know how you feel about sharing comments throughout the presentation. If you'd like, comment on the chat, and we can also discuss any points that you raise as we go through the presentation as well. All right. One of the biggest barriers is language, and we know that from when we receive them into in our lives, that the significance of the English language and the proficiency for being able to communicate in the classroom becomes the main focus for them as they enter into school, and that allows them to, of course, be part of the social integration as well. So being part of social groups, being part of many of the schools, things the school offers will require English language, if not proficiency immediately, but certainly be able to communicate right away. And this is where, as they're getting adjusted with the system, it will be really helpful if you get them ESL, English as a second language classes through the school system, and suggest learning resources, which I'll also be sharing with you, and opportunities in groups where they can have these language exchange opportunities. Many are available through the school, many are available through community centers, many are available through other networks in the community. And these are some resources I will be sharing with you at the end of the presentation, and also be sending them to you as well. School supplies is always an exciting thing for all youth. So maybe having a checklist of school supplies, items that you feel that your refugee youth will feel confident about, excited about, look forward to, and making a list and letting them see the list and maybe add their own items, allow them to even go shopping with them to see what kind of school supplies are available, is exciting, and maybe will help them in feeling good about going to school, wanting to wake up that morning when they don't want to, having a backpack. All of that is just part of the school experience, and will help them, wanting to be part of everything. So I think a checklist of essential school supplies will be something that you can find in many places, and also there is a list at the end of my resources as well that will help you come up with those. If you feel that you have some other resources that you can share as well, please go right ahead and do that too. Now, offering tips on organizing materials, having tips on what are lockers. Many of them are not aware of what lockers are in school, although I'm hearing that a lot of those are getting phased out, but many of the schools still have those. Backpacks, all these essential things that they're not aware of. I remember someone saying, well, we don't take a backpack to school, we'll just take like this. And I'm thinking, this is so exciting. I remember a youth talking to me about packing all the school supplies in their backpack, and how what a great experience that was for her, because it's not something that she had ever done. Right. Some of the schools do have a dress code in terms of like if they're going to a private school, but many of the public schools just have a casual dress code, and it's something that your child should be aware of. What is the dress code in American school system? Many of them are so used to formal dress. Many of them are used to very casual dress, and many would like to, use their cultural clothing. So you can talk to them and have a talk about what do they most feel comfortable in, what would they like, and this could all be done way before school starts, or at school, or if they're going to school, maybe they might change their mind about how they would like to do this, or what kind of clothes they feel comfortable in. And explaining the kind of dress code that you see in the schools is important to them, and offering that guidance in appropriate clothing. Respecting cultural norms is important. Some of them, I remember someone asked me, can I just wear, my thobe to school? And it's one of the things that, he wanted to do. And he did that for a week or two, and then he decided he did not want to do that. So maybe offering your support in letting them adjust would be a great way to get them feel wanted, feel supported, and also that they don't feel so strange as well. One of the biggest things we can do as a foster parent, as someone that's in their lives, whether you're a foster parent in their lives, whether you're an agency or staff member in their lives, is to build a relationship with the teachers, build a relationship, become a volunteer in the classroom, join any activities that are in the school. If you have the time and you feel that you can dedicate some time to volunteering with the PTO, that would be great. Being part of the classroom, learning what your child is learning, and being there for them and being aware of it will make a huge difference. So encouraging foster parents to attend, all the teacher meetings, all the parent teacher conferences, and maintaining a regular communication with the teachers and staff will also help. So we have some homework and study habits, and that is a struggle for all of us with our child, especially the refugee children, when they're not used to this type of homework, when they're not used to consistent homework or studying something that they're not even aware of the language. So offering strategies for effective time management, studying, having a study routine, and many of them are not used to routines, can make a huge difference as well. Having a quiet space, having a structure at home, all these things that we would like to slowly try to incorporate would make a big difference. There is a article with Scholastic that I will share with you. Let me see. Just go back to start screen sharing, and then that might. So Scholastic has an article, and this is, I'm just gonna, here it is. Go back to taking that out. It's called the Age by Age Guide to Teaching Kids. There's a number of tips here to help them discover how to plan and prioritize their time. It has effective management tips for all ages, from preschoolers on to K through 12, and offers a lot of time management skills that you can have your child get used to, planning for long-term assignments, planning for setting priorities. So this article is excellent, and I will share this with you at the end in resources as well. I'm just going to stop this and go back to share screen, go back to the presentation. All right. Any questions so far? Anything you'd like to offer? Should we continue? Okay. Extracurricular activities. The benefit of participating in clubs, sports, and so many other activities that the schools are offering is, I feel, slowly something that they should start getting into, or even put them into activities that you feel will benefit them. Even if they're a little bit shy about it or anxious about it, it might be something that they'll get used to within a week or two and start enjoying it. I do recall meeting a number of youth who said, we didn't really like this at the beginning, but we actually started loving it at the end. And it allows them to obviously also learn the language. And providing information about available options can also be very rewarding for their school experience. There's another great article that I will show you that the NCES has, and I'll go to that article now. Let's see. Yeah. It is right here. So extracurricular participation and student engagement. And these activities offer opportunities for students to learn the values of teamwork, individual and group responsibility, physical strength and endurance, competition, diversity, and a sense of culture and community. So I think it's extremely important that we get them engaged in school in various clubs and activities, and talk to them about it, encourage them about it. And hopefully they will start enjoying all these. Get back to our. All right. Go to the next presentation. As we all know, bullying awareness and prevention is so necessary in our lives for our youth. and discussing it, recognizing the signs for it, and addressing it immediately is extremely crucial. Offering guidance on how to report incidents and seek help is also very needed. Many of the schools offer bullying workshops. Many of them, I know that my own son's school did at the beginning. There's even emails that come out saying join this workshop, or if you go to the offices of the schools, they recommend many others as well. So there's various tips on recognizing the signs of bullying, but the best thing, of course, is if your youth comes up to you and says this is happening, or if they don't feel comfortable, they will not share with you. So addressing the signs and recognizing the signs becomes really important in offering your guidance to report these incidents. And these incidents should be reported immediately so the school is aware of it and your child is protected. There are more links that we can go to, which is stopbullying.gov, and Stomp Out Bullying Day is coming up on October 2nd. So I will just go to that right now. Right. There we are. So learning how to identify bullying and standing up to it safely and stop bullying on the spot. Great tips here on stopbullying.gov. I will let you look through this link as well when I share the presentation. And I believe here you are. So the World Day of Bullying Prevention is coming up. It is on October 2nd, and I do see a lot of material out there for its kickoff to prevent bullying. Back to our presentation. Addressing the emotional well-being of the youth is also a challenge, extremely essential. These children are just facing so much. When they come here, everything is so different. Everything, sometimes, I'm hearing them say, well, I just don't want to do anything. You will see them retreat. You will see them be anxious. You will see them get upset. You might even see sparks of anger because they just don't understand. Sharing resources and opportunities for counseling services becomes really important. Support groups become really important. And your time with them about chatting about it becomes really essential as well. Many of these youth do just want to clam up and not say a word. They're facing a lot of stress, mainly because they're confused. And so it's important to recognize that you need to draw them out of their shell when this happens. And there are more articles that the CDC offers and Michigan counseling centers as well. And I'll take you to those links now so that you can go take a look. Please feel free to comment anytime and let me know if you have any questions as we go through these. So here's CDC's article on children's mental health. We also recently had 2 workshops ourselves with Nasiha that offered tips, especially for Muslim refugee youth. And we had shared their toll-free number. So if you ever run into a situation where you just don't know how to handle your child, please make sure you use that toll-free number that Nasiha had offered. I will share that again with you at the end in the presentation. It's just really important. And these are the common childhood mental disorders. It lists the symptoms, the mental disorders, and how they can be treated, and also finding treatment. So there's a psychologist locator. If you press this button, it will take you right to the area where you can have a reference. You can also, of course, go to your caseworker, and caseworkers have many resources as well. There's children's counseling in Taylor, Michigan, offers a scheduling a consultation, and Michigan counseling centers have several counseling services for children office in Taylor, Michigan, this particular website. All right, let's stop sharing, go back to the presentation. Any comments or questions and tips that you use, we can share at the end as well. The future planning is something that is of significance in educational opportunities and career success for your child. They don't realize that when you enter the school system here, that you can chart out your career, that you can set yourself something, a pace. And these are some things that when I've spoken to a number of youth, they mentioned that I wish we'd gone back and realized that this is the system, that we understood it better. So we could have, paid attention better, and become, and made it more easy to achieve. Many of them realize this later on. So it's best, if you have any future planning, you can talk to them about how career success can be a part of their education, and chart it out for them, and encourage the youth in setting an academic and career goal. Many of these youth do have an idea of what they would like to do in the future, what they'd like to be, and they do share that with you as well. And hopefully you'll be able to, let them know that this is all very possible. Forbes has an excellent article on that, and also Time for Kids. And let me take you to that just for a moment. All right. All right, this is Forbes. How can I keep, how can I keep my, study shows links between early education and future success. Great article here. Basically, it's saying that there's a direct effect on our careers by way of college options. And earlier education means elementary and middle school achievements, and how that affects our path to college. Time for Kids also has a great article on how can you find your career path that's right for you, that will help you in helping your youth define what is a career success for themselves. How do they define happiness in their career and options for themselves, and allow them to explore traditional and non-traditional career options. Just back to our presentation again. Pause and ask questions anytime, please. All right. I'm going to share the screen. All right, that will take us to guidelines. One of the things I think to keep in mind always is to remember that we need to be patient. We need to understand and focus on what is going on through their minds, what is happening with them as they adapt to a new culture. And a willingness to learn from your child's experiences are key. They're essential to knowing what's going on with them that you feel can help them along the way. And they may be able to tell you themselves, but you may be able to learn also from their sharing with you, or what you see is happening with them. Each child's journey is definitely unique, and how you support them and make a significant difference in their lives can make things easier for them as they transition in the school and start school. So this is where we can address some questions and concerns. And of course, I'll be sharing this presentation. I do have many resources that I'll be sharing with you. And I think one of the key things we need to, one of the key things we need to remember and recall is it's a journey for them. It doesn't, and there may be fallbacks, there may be pitfalls, but it does not mean that they can't pick up and keep moving. Language barriers is something that they will usually pick up on very quickly and adapt. The younger youth tend to pick up the languages quickly, but there are so many resources out there to help them. So many resources for cultural support and sensitivity, for language development, for open communication, encouraging open communication, a lot of counseling support services through the schools, through the community centers, and having a routine and having a structure in their lives will also make a big difference as well. Some other things that I'll mention is we mentioned school supplies, just to give them a little bit of, idea of how school supplies can help, makes a big difference. Homework support, extracurricular activities makes a big difference. The awareness of bullying and social skill, and allowing them to have social groups and allows them the opportunity to make friendships. So anything like that will make a big difference in their lives and in their emotional and well-being, and give them the support that they need to achieve. If there are certain things in this presentation that you feel need to be there, or I would love to hear If any of you are using other methods, that would be a great way of sharing that here with us all. And we can, include that for everybody else as well. Is there somebody that would like to share what they've been doing with your own tips for back to school, or something that you've incorporated that you've heard over here already? Does this all seem pretty relevant to you? Yeah. Okay, great. Good. So I encourage you to, look over this presentation when I share it with you. In that presentation, I will be having resources, lists of places that you can reach out to, and many other ways that you can, advocate for your foster youth's needs. There's so many ways and so many options and so many resources. We just need to touch upon them and reach out to them. And as you do this, you will see that they will thrive. And I think they really appreciate all your efforts. One of the things I always get when I see the youth is how much they appreciate what you do for them, and how much they're thankful for being here and learning from you. And they do want to adjust. And that is something I would like to, pass on to you, that they do feel so happy to be here, and they want to adjust. They want to learn. They want to be part of society. They want to volunteer and be part of that whole fabric of the country. And I think we have such a amazing place with them in their lives, and they do feel appreciated that you do this all for them. And just to make things better, these are all back to school tips that you can hopefully incorporate and use some of your own ways as well to make it go well for them as they start school. But I'm happy to answer any questions, offer any support that I can do from MFCA, and we can also share resources with you as well. Do you have any questions or anything else that you'd like to? You can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. Wow. Wonderful. Okay, thank you for joining MFCA today. I'll be sharing this presentation with you. Look out for it in your email and the form of communication you shared with us. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next month's workshop. Bye-bye. I'm just going to wait to see if there's any other questions or last minute thing you'd like to ask. Have a great day.